Hello and welcome to Inter's Recent League. Mistimed that a little bit, but anyway, I am joined by Mozza today, so I'm no longer in the solo comms. Thank God for that. But we are in for interesting race this evening. I don't know if Mozza's there. I think Mozza's actually gone AFK. Oh no, he's
Hello.
there.
Sorry.
Anyway, Texas, USA for round 13 of the Inter's Racing League. We will show standings at the end of the race because my equipment is bugging out, so it won't switch. So that's fun. But I'm pretty sure Battlecat is still leading with a decent gap. I just had to check.
Yeah, he is. God, he sent me the wrong standings, so I got a peek. But yeah, it's still Battle Cat in the lead at the moment. Anyway, I'm Mozza. This is my first time being with Apollo in the comms box, and today is my second day doing Inter's Racing League comms. I'm glad to join Apollo in the comms box today, and of course, at COTA, as you see in F1, they do use the C2, C3, and C4 compound of tires. C2 being, I believe, the hardest, and C4 being the softest. I may have gotten that wrong. But yes, everyone is currently sitting in the garages getting their setups ready. Some people may go out on the hards, maybe the mediums, just to get used to the track, and if they haven't done any practice. Of course, we see a Mercedes coming out of the pit lane first, of Jerabot, owning Mercedes. Oh no, his teammate is also here. And Jerabot is filling in for a driver. I'm not yet familiar with the full grid, but I will get there in the end. Uh,
I can tell you two drivers. So we have Arcs, Anthony, and Limitless Dragco reserving. I don't know the other two because Discord has auto-enabled my streaming mode, so I can't see their names.
mm.
But close to a full grid, just missing two drivers. If I can figure out what team it is. I think it's
We did get United join, so both McLarens are here. Mark's currently in the P1 spot, warming up his tires on the medium tires, and Ludzi behind him on the mediums. Ludzi is now. Oh, actually, no. Jerabot's going to be the first one to start a lap. No, I got that wrong.
It's Drop Bear in the Merc. That's gonna be the first one. I drive on keyboard in tier 2.
Who would that be?
Drop Bear.
Is it Drop Bear?
I believe so.
Hang on, we're going to watch on board with his.
So if you're confused about why he's so erratic on the steering, that is why.
So Drop Bear is. If Drop Bear wins, everyone go keyboard and mouse, because that's now the superior way of playing this game.
I think it's keyboard. It very much looks like a keyboard with steering input. I could be wrong.
Yeah, it is, because he's having those little jolts to the left and right.
And then sector 1 for Drop Bear. That's his first one, but that's instantly taken away from Arcs, right behind on those medium tires. Interesting they're gone on the medium tire, because then it's a hard medium strategy or medium hard, depending how you like. You want two sets of medium just in case of a late safety car, because a soft tire is terrible in the race for the first few laps.
Yes, as we see Drop Bear going down into third gear. Turning down that is a difficult left hand hairpin, getting purple sector again into this kind of roller coaster bit. of the final sector, into the 1, 2, 3, and I believe no, that's 3 corners. It's a triple right. Into the penultimate corner, down to 5th on keyboard and mouse. He is driving better than I am when I'm on controller.
Now, drop there out the final corner. DRS open up to the line. 33-1 for his time. We'll jump to Arcs right behind him, going through that triple right. He's got a Sauber on his ass during these 2 corners, and I think that's Ludo right behind them. So they're gonna cross the line in sync till we try 22-9 of 32-9, my bad, for Arcs, and Ludo 33-9, actually slower than drop there. Sheldon goes quickest 31-7. So we got one of the Alpines cross the line, that's Merckx starting a lap.
Romsey just goes second.
Rumsey and then Jacko beats Rumsey. Yuki Bear goes third fastest. Rumsey, one of the other reserve drivers. Letter P across the line 31-7, just beats out Little Sheldon for his time.
Mr. Battlecat, currently 14th, coming across the line in a second.
We only have 18 drivers because some didn't turn up. So Battlecat third fast 32-0, Jerobot 32-9 sits above his teammate 2/10 faster. Then we got both RBs, A across the line 31-9 for Grandson Nips and a 33-3 for Dark and Shadows.
Who would be next across the line? That looks like Tetris.
But then we got
Tetris coming up to the line now. 32-7. Getting him 8th place ahead of Arcs.
as we got Ghost Rider through the final corner right now, and then we're gonna have Mertz rounding out the people on track as Ghost Rider 32-6 in 8th, just above Tetris, who just completed his lap. We'll jump on board with Mertz, who's on his lap. Driver's gonna have to manage their ERS to point out the last patch changed the ERS, so now you can run out on every track in qualifying. Most 33-1 goes 13th fastest, so he's not going to be happy with that one. He's going to want to improve that time.
Yeah, and yeah, so most of the people, like mediums, Lutzi's come back into the pits. Arcs is also in the pit lane on mediums. We have eBay Boy now out on track on the softs for his first run. And yeah, is that Prosperic Drop Bear is going for another one as he gets a lot of tow from Ghost Rider, braking basically as hard as possible, as hard as he can press the keys.
Currently 4
And
tenths
is
down in his time. That's and he goes way wide onto the curb. That will lose him more. But
yeah,
Yuki Bear behind, he's gone for another. He's kind of equaled his sector 1. Let's see if he's able to improve his sector 2, because that's where most of the time is found, is in the twisty bits of the first part of sector 2, and then you got sector 3 where you can find a lot of time. If you mess it up, don't mess it up. He's still equaling his time, only half a tenth up on his time at the moment, going through, I don't believe I know what turn this is, but he's going through the roller coaster section, as you said before, into the triple right-hander. He's going to have a slow Alpine on his left side before the corner. Oh, just keeps in air. He's decided to back out.
we do have Battlecat. Battlecat is coming up to the line, or he's in the roller coaster section of Sector 3 into the final corner at 5th gear,
Looks like
dropping down the gears.
a lot of
And he's
drivers running out of battery in the last sector before the second last corner, which could be hurting them. 31-9 for Battlecat. I don't know if he improved his time.
he did. He
Or
barely improved.
improved his position, I mean. Not his time. Anyway, on board with eBay Boy, as he's gonna complete his first flying lap of the session. He's got Scotty right behind him on the track map, also on his lap. So we'll see what the Red Bull was able to produce.
United about to start his fast lap in 16th. As I believe every driver will be going for 3 laps here, as we're currently 9 minutes into the session. Some drivers opting for 2 laps. That's probably why the McLaren, Red Bull, and Haas stayed in the pits until now.
So eBay boy through the final corner using all the curb on exit. 33.8 for the Red Bull drive, so he's going to be wanting to improve that one. He won't be happy with that time. We're jumping board with Scotty. A huge slide on the rear through the second last corner. 32.1 sits in 6th place just behind Jacko, who just started his flying lap.
Jacko right ahead of him started his lap,
Jump
which is
to the McLaren that's doing their lap.
United.
We're doing their lap.
Final person to set his lap, I believe. He has to beat a 33.9 to not be dead last. Yeah. Everyone is settling into qualifying very nicely. Some people letting others through. And we have letter P on his lap at the moment, with Sheldon right behind. Sheldon is up by just enough to pip letter P by 9 thousandths if it stays this way.
Well, Commute in the McLaren goes a 33.1. He sits up in 15th now. We'll jump on board Jacko. No, he's invalidated, so he's actually pulled out of that lap. I thought he was closer to the line.
That is his teammate of eBay Boy.
We'll jump onto the reserve. Romsey, no, he's into the pit lane.
Letter P's up by 2/10.
eBay has started another flying lap. There is a Sauber that's 2 corners away from the start of their lap. It looks like one of the Haas has missed their pit lane. Ludo goes to line 32.4 for his fast lap. Looks like it was Scotty who missed the pits. So he's going to have to go around again. Letter P across line 31.3, improves his time by 4/10. So everyone's going to be having to try and match that. I think Ghostbuster just started his lap. Lewis Sheldon just started his lap. Jarabot coming to the line to finish. He's 1/10 down, and he actually improves his time 32.8. Doesn't improve position though. Dark ends in, so his grandson nips. Nope, grandson is coming into the pit lane.
What's the policy on if you cut corners to get to the pit lane faster, or just get to set a time quicker? Is there anything about that?
I believe there is a pen, but I just believe that Scotty missed the.
Oh, not for Scotty. I went on board with Ludo, and he skipped the whole of Sector 1. He just cut straight across it, so I don't know. As he's doing again. Sir, that's the wrong way. Can't be you not a Mercedes lawnmower. Oh, he's out of fuel.
Well, it doesn't matter. That will be looked at by stewards nonetheless, and that is worst case scenario because I am a tier 2 steward, so unlucky.
I did get clips of it though, so there you go.
eBay boy currently in pits, so it was Jacko. He's actually invalidated again, so he's gonna come into pits. We'll jump over Little Sheldon.
Little Sheldon's coming into the pits as well.
Little Sheldon's not gonna finish. We'll jump the drop there.
Looks he's also coming into the pit lane. Jerabot's coming into the pit lane. Drop Bear's 1/10 up, and United is currently 400 down on his time. Battle Cat is on an out lap as well.
We're jumping on board with the McLaren as he's about to finish his lap. Through the final, he invalidates. He invalidates on the final corner, so that's just salt to the wound at the moment. Which on
He has to,
board,
he has to rush back.
he will have time as long as he's in before the 2-minute mark. He should be fine.
As long as
Drop
he's like
bear,
set up.
3-2-8 for his fastest time.
Oh, go drop bear. Go keyboard.
So drivers will be looking out to leave their pit lane or selecting to go out at like 3:20 or 2:20 to actually be out by 2:10 or 2 minutes. That'll give them 30 seconds leeway to get to that line. As we got...
Gives you 30 seconds to warm up the tires.
Yeah, not really much warm up. You just drive the track like you're on the quality lap.
And it warms them up for you.
There's a thing that other leagues do that Inters does not allow, and that's for the drivers to use the AI to warm the tires. In Inters, you're only allowed 30 seconds of AI in the session at all times. So if you're above that 30 seconds, you are...
Is that 30 seconds of like quali and then 30 seconds in the race?
I think it's 30 seconds in race under safety car. I don't think we're allowed it in qualifying. Because
That would make more sense in case you need to go pee mid race.
some of our tier 1 drivers have already been pinged for it and penalized, so some of us are questioning.
I learn something every day from this league. I learned that tier 3 is actually clean.
As Battlecat through the final corner, only 1/10 down on the sun, so if he has the fuel to go again, he might opt to go again.
He has 3.2 on fuel, so he does definitely have a lot.
As we're gonna have Alpine, the first one, that's Merce, and then it's a Red Bull of Jacko.
Was that? I was dropped back into the pit lane.
It's Merce starting his flying lap. We'll turn the leaderboard off and sit on board. He's already messed up his time, so he's already given up, actually. So we're still on board with Jacko, as he's the second car to cross. Then I believe it's a Aston? Or
It's a Ferrari.
Ferrari or Tetris will be after Jacko, unless there's a massive gap.
Mertz has 3.1, so you will go for another one. I think some people expected it.
The Red Bull Jacko, he did go purple sector 1. Sleepy AU needs an invite. Currently, I do not have him added.
Who?
Sleepy AU. I think that's one of the reserve drivers.
Sleepy.
Yep.
I don't have a Sleepy added either, so hang on, I'll go into the Twitch and put my EA there for him.
Is that another driver, or is that someone that's already out of the session, or in the session? I'm not sure. Drop Bear retired, so he's happy with that time. Jacko for the final call. I see what he's able to do. 31.9 goes third fastest. We'll jump down to the Aston. No, it's not the Aston. It's the Ferrari of Tetris on his lap. Actually, it could be Yuki. No, it is Tetris. It's Tetris, then it's Sheldon, and then
I do believe he has missed out on the race anyway, even if he does add me now. So.
Yes, you're gonna have to add Mozza, because we are not allowed to add in session. 32.1 is what Tetris did. He's just behind his teammate at the moment. We'll jump down to little Sheldon, who's going through the final corner now. Let's see what he's able to do. He needs to beat lower P. He can't improve his time. He doesn't improve time, doesn't improve position. We'll jump to Yuki Bay. He goes second fastest, 0.4. Purple sector 3. Letter P invalidated his time, so he's happy that his pole position wasn't taken away from him. We'll jump to Belica. He's half a tenth down on his time going through the final corner. see what he's able to do. He was still half a tenth down on his time as Sleepy Gamer has joined the session. I don't know if you'll get a setup in the time as Dark and Shadow across the line. He goes second fastest, Grandson next goes sixth fastest. That's a 2 second improvement from the RB driver. We got both passes across the line. Scotty's invalidated. Rumsey across the line, 32-0 for his time. That's not the right Aston Arcs across the line. Goes fifth fastest. We go to Ludo through the final corner. What is he able to do? 32-0 beats Rumsey out by only 10 thousandths of a second. Mertz across the line, who backed out his first lap, 32-2 for his time. As eBay Boy 32-6 for that his time. That's more competitive from the Red Bull driver. Jumbo
Hope he got in.
McLaren 15th for the McLaren, 32-5 for that McLaren. As that is everyone in the session done. Now I don't know if the Williams or Sleeper who just joined got a setup. He might have, not sure. If he doesn't have the checker flag and got a setup, he's gonna have to retire.
It's a good job from the V Cub to get second place after being around 6th to 9th.
Might have to put something in the chat about when someone needs an invite, because I can't see the Discord when that happens.
Fucking for real?
Anyway, that is the quality results for that session. Letter P takes P1 to Darken, Shadows, and Yuki Bear and Darken only 5 thousandths from each other, but it's 2 thousandths from P1 to P2, so it's only 1/10 gap between the top three. Then there's Sheldon, Arcs, Jacko, Nips, Battlecat, Ludo, and Rumsey, who rounds out the 10. Then there's Tetris, Scotty, Mertz, Ghost Rider, Com United, eBay Boy, Drop Bet, and Jerobot, and then we got Sleeper, who will start 19th as he joined late in the session. Hopefully he got a setup. If he didn't, this is going to be a bad time for him.
If he gets the default, I believe it's default 4.
I believe it's default top speed, which
Oh
is
my God.
what you don't want.
You don't want that. Top speed is like 0-0.
Not that. That's increased speed. The top speed is, or the one below it is, I believe 12-12.
You don't want that.
No, because the setup, the wings that everyone uses should be 50-40 for COTA.
Whoa, I'm using like 39-22.
Hark's got a killer toe on his lap, apparently. So I believe the session will be dry all the way for these drivers.
Yep.
We're going green. I see medium tires for the front runners, 5 red lights. Let's see who gets a better start. It looks like Dark and Shadow gets a pretty good start on the letter P, and he's got the inside line. They're pretty even into turn 1. Ludo on the inside of Yuki Bear. Oh, no, that's not Little Sheldon, I mean. Dark and Shadows gets the move done. A lot of people going wide out of turn 1. Little letter P keeps his position on it. Jacob making a place up on Grandson, Nips into P5, and he's going to hold that as we are going through Sector 1 for the first time of this race. Everyone going single file. Someone's going side by side. That's eBay Boy and the McLaren of Com United at the back. But it's pretty safe at the moment.
Yeah, we have Slappy made a move on Jerobot for 18th, as he did have a bit of a terrible start. But we do have Ghost Rider on the back of Drop Bear. Drop Bear is getting overtaken at the moment by Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider probably using the battery. Yeah, he's down at 49%, whereas Drop Bear's got 84. Drop Bear braking a lot later.
I believe I just
And
saw
then we have
Rumsey go down the inside of Ludo at the end of the back straight. I'm going to turn on tyres now because we're halfway through lap 1. As you can see, everyone on the mediums except 2 drivers, a Ghost Rider and Sleepy, who joined late. It kind of looks like Sleepy got his setup because he's not falling that far back off these drivers. Some just went way wide on the second last corner. I don't know what car that was. It looked like
I
an
do believe
Aston.
we will see if his speed is a lot. If he's got massive speed, then no, he's not got 1212. He's staying about 300. So he did get his setup in. Good job.
As we go through the S's of Sector 1 for the second time, DRS enabled for these drivers, so everyone in that second will have DRS. The only person who's not going to have it at the moment is Sleepy at the back, so he's 1.5 seconds off these drivers. Little Sheldon making a move on Yuki Bear for P3, wants to be in that P3 spot so he can get the benefit of being able to attack P2 to get into that train. Jacko's trying to look for a little move on these two as Sheldon backs off. And
Goes down the inside anyway.
he's going to go back down that inside as Jacko gets a hit from behind, and that's from Grandson Nis. That's actually collecting one of the Ferraris. I believe that's Battle Cat. That's been
No,
collected.
Tetris.
Oh, and I believe that was wing damage as well, and that's actually separated the top 5 from the rest of the grid. So,
Battlecat now has wing damage, and I believe so does... No, not... There was one other car on the start that got wing damage. I can't find who, though. But I do believe it could have been one of the people at the back. Battlecat going past his teammate, but Battlecat also going super wide out of the penultimate corner.
now this will be interesting because now P6 down to P17 is all within one train. P5 and P1 to P5 is all within the Lulu. Actually goes a bit drifting out of turn 1. I saw that little drift as Lulu's actually lost a second because of that mistake. So now P11 down is in their own train. Battlecat won't be happy with this because he's championship leaders. Only 38 points until P2 catches. I believe the person in P2 is Darken.
Darkened Shadows. I will check for you, because you can't see. Where's the one Scotty gave me? If we go to...
As Darken
Scotty.
says, letter P going side by side. Little Sheldon tried to go down the inside. That's actually made a bit of a mess between him and Yuki Bear. Yuki Bear's now missing an end plate on his car on his right side. He's actually going to go down the inside of Little Sheldon now, as Jacko's at 1.4 seconds out from letter P, so he's going to be pushing to get that delta down, but there's got DRS detection right now before the second last corner, so he's going to be a tough ask for him as Yuki Bear, 3-second penalty, first one of the race.
Yeah, Battlecat is actually leading by 56 points. To Dark and Shadow and Letter P, the two guys that are currently first and second. 64 points to Letter P and 56 to Dark and Shadow. As we have Communited in the pit lane, as you mentioned, Yuki Bear with a penalty and a bit of wing that went bye-bye.
As Jacko really pushing this Red Bull to get within that 1 second. He's already dropped Yuki Bear behind as Jacko probably using all of his energy to get into it, but I don't think he got the detection. Let's have a look if he got that.
He did. That's awesome.
So Jacko's back into the fight for the top 3. Yuki Bear 1.1 out. No, he didn't. Jacko didn't get the detection. His wing's not open.
It was open, but then it shut. What?
So 1.2 at the moment. The gap is
'Cause
Yuki Bear
it's-
and Sheldon still going side by side.
That's odd. Battlecat has lost time to Arx. That is now a little gap for the Ferraris.
I wouldn't be finding this one if I was Yuki, but I'll let the fast driver with full wing go and actually use that to catch up. But each to their own, I guess. One Jacko into DRS. He's got that detection now into the second last corner. He's going to have DRS assistance now on letter P. 1.8 to Yuki behind, who's actually breaking that train of 4 drivers. And we got Mertz behind at 1.1.
Sheldon goes for the move. Lutzi comes into the pit lane.
Oh, Scotty tried to. No, that's Ronzi's gone down it. Tried to go down inside.
And Lutzi's retired in the pit lane. What? He didn't even have wing damage or anything. He just retired.
So Rumsey tried to go down inside of Yuki at turn 1, actually picked up a penalty because that went from a 2 wide. Sheldon got passed into another 2 wide at the apex of the corner. So that could have ended in terrible as Tetris 3-second penalty for his troubles as well. Battlecat trying to get into that 1 second margin of actually might have just gone into.
He has gotten. No, he didn't. Unlucky.
Letter P and Dark and Shadow switching places at the front of the field to extend that gap they have on the rest of the field. As
Romsey going for the move on Sheldon as well.
Sheldon.
Oh.
Oh, side by side with the hearts of Romsey. Yuki got past with the assistance of DRS. They're still side by side into this little snake section.
Clean room given as Sheldon just gets in front. Yuki with wing damage is kind of just holding his own at the moment as grandson Nips almost goes on the attack for Romsey.
Despite this, they've actually allowed everyone to catch back up, drop their early 1.5 away, but since they have wing damage, he might be able to catch up. Sleepy 3-second penalty for multiple points, and I believe Unite also got 3 seconds. There was a yellow flag in sector 3. I believe that was for eBay Boy having a little moment in that triple right. But one Red Bull has a tough ass, the other one is sitting nicely in P3 for now.
Gap to Yuki Bear behind 3 seconds, so he is extending that gap and getting dragged along by the cars ahead of him.
As we got Rumsey down the inside of Little Sheldon just before the straight starts, he gets that move done as we got a yellow flag. That's
eBay Boy.
eBay Boy having another
and no wing now.
He'll wait for everyone to get out of the way so he can reverse on the track. He'll be able to go to the hard tyre until the end of the race. As Grandson Nips actually gets past both Romsey and Little Sheldon.
Excellent move for the V-Carb driver. Both V-Carbs, of course, Tier 3 had a 1-2, and hopefully they repeat the same feat in Tier 2.
Not gonna happen for Grandson Nips. He's currently got wing damage as well. He's got the same amount of damage as Yuki Bear in front.
And yet they're still surviving better than the cars with full wings.
Or was Little Sheldon having a little moment?
Exactly.
Now, this damage would be hurting their turning, but it'll be actually making their car a bit more stable with the rear. Because they will have to slow down a lot more for these corners compared to the other drivers who can just full send it.
Oh, retard.
Yeah, Jacko is now right up the back of letter P.
As I forgot to mute everyone in lobby, so I just heard Ludo over voice chat. Nice. As the gap is 3.6 to the top 3 from Yuki Bear. So gap is it's steady until the DRS detection, and then it just explodes for a bit. As Dark and Shadow gives Letter P the lead of the race, just so they can extend that gap. 3.7 as Grandson Nips makes that move, but he had DRS assistance, so now we get into the section that really matters where you don't need a wing. And he's actually doing pretty fine, only lost about 2/10 in that sector.
Yeah, the top three are pulling away, which would be good for all three blue cars. Actually, there's 4 blue cars in the top 5.
As Dark, or not Dark, Yuki was gonna make a move on Grandson Nips around the outside of the triple left or triple right. That was not gonna work well.
No one goes for a move there,
Unless,
unless you're crazy.
unless you're raining and you have the pace advantage.
Hmm.
That's the only time it would be viable, as there you go through the snake section. You can really see how much slower they have to go through that section compared to the other drivers.
Sheldon almost went around the outside into that section. They went so slow. And eBay Boys boxed as well. That's a bit strange. I didn't see that happen.
He did lose his whole wing, so he kind of had to.
Fair enough. And he's on the hard, so you will be going to the end. Hopefully, you can undercut everyone. That's not likely to happen. He's like 38 seconds off the back of the grid.
Dark and Shadow
Everyone
makes a
needs.
move on letter P.
Oh, Jacko! Go dive bomb someone.
As Darken or Yuki made the move on Grandson Ness, and now Sheldon's trying to go around the outside of Grandson Ness. Was 2 by Wonder Haas or Aston's of Ghost Rider around at the end of the straight into the braking zone. Probably look a little bit of contact with them.
Massive, sorry, massive toe from Yuki Bear all the way down to Tetris. Tetris, don't lose the toe. And everyone from 13th downwards has a massive gap of 2.3 or 21 seconds between those.
Grandson Nips makes a change on Yuki Bear to try to bring the gap down to the top 3, but it's going to be a tough ask when you're both got wing damage. They almost went side by side into the S's of Sector 1. A Maggots and Beckett style of S's in the first part of COTA.
MotoGP nightmare. As the letter P is getting a run on Mr. Shadow. These guys are just calmly swapping positions, and Jacko's just sitting in the background. Then behind we can see Yuki Bear going for a move on Mr. Nips. Mr. Nips also getting passed by Sheldon as Sheldon goes all the way down there.
That was a bit excessive.
Romsey's got him now.
That's a bit optimistic from the Sauber driver, almost taking out the grandson.
Go Mertz. Go Mertz. Mertz is on the back now. And then Scotty. Parks.
You can really tell the top 3 are managing their pace, because letter P's in about, I believe when I saw 80% battery, Dark End and Jacko was in about 70% battery. So they're all managing, as we got the first pit of Yuki, Sheldon, Scotty all into the pit lane for those hard tyres. Now they're going to get a bit of an undercut on the top 3, but
well, not Yuki Bear.
Not Yuki Bear, as he's replacing his front wing, so he's gonna fall a few seconds off.
Flappy's gonna get past him.
And now that gap is 5 seconds for Grandson Nips.
From Yuki Bear to Sheldon is about 4.5 seconds. So that's how much you lose. Ghost Rider getting a 3-second time penalty as he passes through a corner, because I forgot what it's called.
So Grandson next to Yuki, about 25 seconds is the gap between those drivers. It's about a 22-second pit lane, I believe.
Plus,
Yuki Bear's about 30 seconds, and he's about 30 seconds off the lead of the race. So he's gonna bring that gap down, but he's not gonna bring it down far enough to do an undercut, as Romsey down the inside of Grandson Nips with that better wing. So he gets that move done. Mertz actually losing out DRS almost. I believe he is going to lose out DRS on the series 1.1 hour. He's not going to get the detection. As Jacko, the first one of the top 3 to crawl into the pit lane.
Let's see where he comes out. Oh my
Rumsey,
god.
some nips, Mertz, and Arts all follow. Both Ferraris stay out for now.
Let's see where Ghost Rider is going to get up into 5th, just ahead of Jacko Rex, as Jacko comes out of the pits now.
Let's have a look at.
Oh, Jerabot.
So look, have
And Scotty.
So Yuki
Scotty
Bear
Sheldon.
is gonna get the position on Grandson Nets because he had a lap of a fresh wing. He's gonna be on the back of Arts, so he didn't lose that much time, but he's behind Merz by about 2 seconds.
And Slappy as well. He has to get past Slappy, who has not boxed.
Scotty, the one that boxed with Yuki there, he's already up to Jerabot, who's ahead of by quite a bit. Scotty's gonna wait for that DRS detection point. Actually goes past Jerabot into the braking zone. Scotty will have the DRS activated for this. So will Sheldon. Jacko, who pitted just then, is already almost caught up to the back of Ghost Rider, so Ghost Rider's gonna be a little bit of a problem for the Red Bull drivers. We'll look at the top 2. Let's see if they respond to this pit. Letter P is in. Shadow stays out, so Darken wants a tyre advantage over these drivers, so he's going to stay out. Does any of the Ferraris blink? Tetris is the one blinking. I'm surprised that Battlecat stays out with that wing damage. I thought Battlecat would have gone longer. He's probably hoping for a safety car to happen though for this race, as Jacko is caught up to the back of Ghost Rider. Let's see what the gap is when we get to turn 1 between him and letter P. Why's my camera?
Ghost Rider just got out ahead. Jacko's going for it.
There we go.
Jacko went through it.
Jacko made the move.
For the S's.
He's actually kept DRS with the letter P, so they're going to swap DRS, and this is going to hurt Darkhand a little bit. His grandson, there's 3-second penalty for his troubles. So Tetris, who boxed this lap, he's actually ended up between Grandson Nips and Arc. So Grandson Nips is going to get benefit of DRS, but Tetris will not.
Yes, he will.
No, he won't.
Tetris on Arcs.
He went through the actually no, it's Arcs on Yuki. It's not getting DRS. No, I'm right.
And Arcs has wing damage now as well.
From just then?
No, he has stopped, but he's got wing damage now. He's been on his tires for a lap, so.
Tetris has set a purple sector too, so as Battlecat is into the pit lane, actually Dark and Shadows has continued to stay out, so this could become a little problem for the RB drive as Jacko fastest on that lap.
Battlecat changing his front wing. Battlecat may go down to about where Tetris is. eBay Boy getting a 3-second time penalty, all the way down 10 seconds behind Jerabot.
So Battlecat's gonna rejoin behind Sleepy into turn 1, which is not what he wants. He's gonna be really far off the back of this train now as Dark and Shadow and Art side by side into the S's. Space is given, but not what you want when you're racing for when someone has a wing damage and you're having to fight them side by side. Just kind of hoping that they don't understeer.
You hope that they use all the power of the Force to stay on the other side.
Scotty makes a move on Ghost Rider. Little Sheldon also does the same thing. He makes a move on Ghost Rider. He actually might make the move on Scotty. No,
he won't.
Too far back to actually make that move. Jacko made the move on letter P. He's actually going ahead of the Williams driver, Darken Shadow. Let's see what Darken's going to do. He calls into the pit lane now.
Finally.
80Ks and 10 seconds speed and pit lane penalty for the RB drive, so it's just gone from a little bit bad to even worse. As Tetris 3-second penalty for extending track limits. As Jacko fastest again on this lap. And let's see what the gap is between the RB and the top two. 1.8 out of the pit lane. It gets to turn 1. It's a 3.2 second gap. So he's lost 3 seconds on the undercut and he's got a 10-second penalty. Plus he's got Scotty in his DRS now.
The max he could fall if the race ended now would probably be where Yuki Bear is.
So the max he will fall if I switch it to leader. Darken, 4 seconds from the leader. So the max he will fall is actually behind Tetris.
But those people have penalties, so he may actually not fall that far.
Yes.
He may actually stay like... Yeah, because Tetris has 6 seconds. And he's... I don't know. Math's too hard.
As our House of Rumsey makes a move on Dark or Ghost Rider ends, Merce is going to do it into the braking zone on the Aston Martin, gets that move done. Merce trying to size up this move on the House, but DRS games keeps happening. Was he
And
always got his
Jacko...
bit of snaps through, I don't know what time that is, roller coaster section?
Roller coaster turn.
Oh, we'll just call it that. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, Jacko is currently half pulling away, half not pulling away.
Well, at the moment, Dark and Shadow is catching his top two, but they're also bringing Scotty with him as Ghost Rider is into the pit lane. Little Sheldon almost out of that 1 second mark on Scotty, so he's going to want to actually pull that back. He's actually... Oh, he's close. Oh, he just keeps it. He's dancing on that 9/10 gap.
Sheldon is a ballerina.
As the gap did get up to 999, but we'll see here. It's 9.5, 8. It looks like Scotty had a little mistake. So,
Yeah, because he's almost lost it to Darkened.
So Scotty will keep it on Dark End Shadows. Dark End only gained 1/10 in Sector 1, so and now Letter P is going to have the DRS. Doesn't look like Jacko and Letter P are working together, so they're not doing the DRS switching. It could be Jacko.
It's more like stay ahead.
It could be Jacko just has the better setup to get a gap in Sector 1, and then Jacko or Letter P is just closing that as he's actually almost out of a second. This is the time that Jacko's just dumping his battery probably. And he doesn't get it. Still 8/10 gap as Dark and Shadows caught up by 6/10 this lap. So Darken is really pushing this RB to its limits. As Little Sherman fast at 35.2 now is a fast lap of the session.
Sheldon carrying the Xbox people. Only 2 of them. Outnumbered. As Yuki Bear is now with Mertz. Romsey is 3 seconds back. What happened to Romsey? Romsey was there, and now he's not. Might have had a mistake. Anyway, Sleppy and Communited both pitted at the same time, which is going to put eBay Boy ahead. But Yuki Bear gets a 3-second penalty to add to the pain and suffering of having. He now has 6 seconds.
You assume Letter P is really close, about 4/10, now 1/10. Jack is just going to let him go. Play with the DRS. Extend that gap to Darken, because that gap is slowly dropping, and it's dropping fast.
Yeah, about 3/10 just through that. Oh my god, what? Hang on. It's now at 2.2.
I think
Oh! Yuki Bear's just tapped Mertz.
Oh, as they gone side by side, it gave me a terrible angle by Yuki Bear down inside the Merz. Gave him a little tap
Did it give you that like drone camera angle?
No, it gave me on board, so I couldn't see anything. Gap for Dark End 2 cents. It looks like Dark End Shadows is the better driver in Sector 3 at least. Or that could be just the tyres working to his advantage with that tyre advantage over the top two. But at the moment, Scotty actually keeping in this gap very well, only 9/10. As I say that, he's just dropped the tyres. He's dancing on it. 1 second. 9.5. Does he get the exit though? He gets a pretty good exit by Darkin, just using all of his battery so he doesn't get the TOS. So everyone out to a second will jump down to Yuki, Bear, and Mertz because they're both close together, as Jackie doesn't look like he wants to pass letter P for now. So let's have a look at penalties. Oh, not penalties, leader gap for Darkin. So at the moment, 1.8. He will drop behind Mertz, but then there's also people with penalties. So furthest he will drop is probably P9, P8 for the RB driver. As Mertz is trying to hang on to Yuki Bear as much as he can. Rumsey, though, in the house, doing God's work for the team. As Darkin showed fastest, 2/10 faster than what Sheldon achieved last time. That was without DRS. Now Darkin is within the DRS of the top three. Unfortunately, Scotty was not able to follow the RB driver all the way, so he's now 2 seconds off. That I'm guessing he would have been losing all that time in Sector 3 to the RB driver. Now, Dark End Shadow, who has caught up, he does have that 10 seconds, so he's not in contention for this win. It's still a fight for first and second, but since Dark End is here, he can actually
prevent someone.
He can get in the middle of these twos and make life miserable for one of the drivers, as Sleepy retires into the pit lane as Jacko makes the move on letter P with that DRS assistance. As Dark and Shadows, he's looking at the Williams, or letter P almost sent it down the inside of Jacko.
Jacko getting second. They've just been swapping positions, but it's still not enough.
Dark and Gold better run, but letter P using the battery to stay ahead of him.
Good job.
Currently, Dark and Shadows are only drive in the top three with more battery than the other two. Letter P actually has the worst battery out of the top three, trying to stay ahead. As we'll jump down to his teammates, who's currently battling Arts as Jacko and letter P side by side into turn one. This is not what you want to do. You don't want to fight too hard, or there's a bit more contact between the two. You don't want to fight too hard to let Scotty catch up, who is just sitting there patiently.
Patiently 2 seconds behind, just sitting there ready to pounce.
As Grandson Nets try to go around the outside of Arts at turn one, still side by side into the S's. See if they give each other room. They're still giving each other room. Arts gets a 3-second penalty. He pushes Grandson Nets off. Grandson Nets having to take the run off. I think Grandson Nets also got damage from that contact as well, so that is going to be an interesting one. As Darkin, Shadow, and Jacko are fighting for position. Darkin going into first now. As Jacko sails with second with letter P in third. And with this fighting, Scotty is just loving this. Gap was 3 seconds at the start of the lap. It's down to 1.9, 1.7.
1.6. This is a countdown.
As Scotty's just gonna hope for one more time these guys fight like they just did, so he can get into this battle.
1.4. Scotty will get in. There's 8 laps left. These guys aren't going to just stop fighting now.
Well, Darkin, if you're Darkin with a 10-second, I wouldn't be fighting this. I'll be trying to DRS game with the top 2 to extend the gap to not lose as much positions as I can. So,
Well, it's looking like Mertz will probably get the best of him. But I don't know about Battlecat. I believe Darkin may actually keep it.
so if we look at leader, gap to leader, he will drop behind Mertz, but Yuki and Rumsey have penalties. I believe Yuki has a 6th, and so he'll drop to 7th.
And Romsey has a 3-second. So, oh, actually, if they can gap a bit more, and Romsey gets to 7 seconds, then they will actually. He will finish 6th instead.
At the moment, Barakat will not get Darkent on his penalty. He's too far back from the lead train.
He will, though, get past his teammate.
Com United gets another 3-second penalty at the back of the grid. Could fall behind eBay Boy, but I don't believe points below 15th are not awarded, so last 2, you just don't want to have the silver scrapes and finish last. You kind of just want to finish 16th at this point. As Darken, he's actually gapping Jacko by quite a bit. 8/10 to gap now. Letterby 8/10 to Jacko. So I wonder if Jacko and Letterby are struggling on their tyres around now. They're going into that little phase of the tyres where they are not able to have the same pace as they were before, as the gap did get up to a second. It's now a second and 1/10. So Darken actually extending this gap.
Currently, Romsey's now. He's going to finish 6th at the moment. Romsey is also going to get dropped by Mertz, and Mertz is not going to get anywhere. He's going to get ahead into 7th as of the moment, and Battlecat may get ahead of Yuki Bear if he hurries up.
Does a massive lock-up from the Williams driver behind the Red Bull. Scotty, who did get that gap down to 1.4, is now that gap's now extended to 2.8, so he's lost about a second and a half in about 2 laps. As Letter P trying to give Jacko the hurry up at the moment so they don't lose the DRS. We might see a switch for position from the letter P as he's going to go down the inside of Jacko at turn 1. Pulls a bit to the racing line to get the better entry to the corner and a better exit. The gap is 1.6 to Dark End Shadow, so letter P really has to gun it at the moment, but for DRS if he wants it, but at the moment letter P is your provisional leader as Darken has that 10-second penalty to his name. So at the moment, the top 3 will be Letter P, Jacko, and Scotty as it runs with the penalty, as Little Sheldon's actually fighting with Rumsey at the back. Yuki Bear not able to close this gap because of the DRS assistance. As the gap between Darken and Letter P is actually dropped by about 3/10, so I think Letter P has a lot of battery to use, and he's just draining it all to get into that DRS. As Rumsey gets past Little Sheldon, but Little Sheldon doesn't have to worry because of that penalty that the house has.
Hey boy.
As the gap to Dark and Shadows is actually equaled out to 1.2 over this sector, so it looks like Dark and Shadows now are starting to struggle on his tyres. It looks like Letter P and Jacko have gone through their little tyre phase, and now they're actually back up to what they were doing before. As Drop Bear makes a move on Arx, a little bit of side contact. Arx a bit of a wheel spin moment, almost losing the rear of the car. Art's down the inside. Oh, there's contact. That's going to be a safety car.
Oh my god, we got a safety car right
Safety
now.
car is out. Drop bear DNF'd. And that's Art's somehow not into the wall, but that will be investigated by Stewards if it's reported.
Both Haas drivers are in the pit lane. Oh, sorry, Aston Martin drivers. But
So,
this all helps eBay Boy and Com United.
well, this helps eBay Bill a lot because he saved a fresh set of softs for after qualifying, so he's now able to use those softs for the safety car restart.
Yes, he does as it comes into the pit lane.
And this is a worst case scenario for Dark and Shadow because he's gonna have to pit. He's gonna have to serve that 10 second.
But
So
wouldn't it be better?
It's better for him, but he's gonna lose track position in behind Mertz.
Maybe not, depending, because some people have, like, the Haas drivers, if they both pit.
They both will pit. Scotty will.
Let's go up and see if anyone wants to.
Rumsey can't go backwards. He can't hold up time because little Sheldon's there, so he has to.
Hold on a second. eBay Boy's gone on mediums.
As ours drive for penalty, as eBay Boy on the mediums. He probably wants to catch the safety car with the mediums and switch to the soft tires. Dark and Shadow into the pit lane.
Everyone's coming into the pits now. No, Rumsey stayed out. Rumsey has stayed out.
So Rumsey is doing the stay out game. So if he pits now, he's just going to be at the back of the grid because there's no point. He's just caught the safety car, so you might as well just stay out. Letter P exits the pit lane in provisional P1 as they're all going to get past Rumsey on the restart. Jacko P2.
Dark and Shadow actually gets out ahead with no penalties. Dark and Shadow is now P6. Everyone kind of filing out behind. Tetris on the mediums, Arcs on the mediums, Grandson Nips on the softs, Ghost Rider on the softs, Jerbot on the mediums, Com United, and then eBay Boy.
Now, this game is weird when it comes to the pit lane penalty, especially the 10 second. The 5 second is fine, it serves that normally. The 10 second is not actually a 10 seconds in pits. It doesn't actually do 10 seconds in pit lane.
Kind of gets lazy after 5 and goes, okay, you can go now.
Yeah, because this is the first year, the 10
it's
second.
Been, yeah.
I believe the 10 second serve is a bit buggy. Because I know for a fact it doesn't serve a 10 second. It serves about 8.5, and then you can just go for some reason.
He's been watching, spying.
Let's see what Rumsey does in that Haas. Is he going to pull into pit lane? He actually almost runs up the safety car's ass and breaks his car. But this is going to help a lot of drive. This helps Battlecat as he was going to lose a lot of points to Dark and Shadows. He's able to gain up into P8. See what everyone does. Let's see if eBay Boy, who did go on those mediums, actually opts to go for the softs, because there's only going to be 4 laps of running, so you might as well just go softs to the end. And Rumsey, he's staying out. So this might be the Haas's team game for Scotty to potentially get into P1.
Would be nice, but...
So at the moment, Rumsey on 14 lap old hards to everyone on 1 lap old tyres. Does anyone else pit though? No, so everyone at the back is not pitting. They all just want to catch a safety car and get on with it. So eBay Boy, Jerabot and Tetris all staying on their medium tyres.
Ox has decided it's time to box.
Arts boxed when he crashed, and then I believe he went onto the wrong tyre, and then
he went onto mediums and softs, yeah.
as Rumsey's getting very dangerously close to that safety car. I won't be surprised if there is an incident with this safety car at one point. As
He's sniffing.
Mertz dropped 3 seconds to Yuki on the safety car for some reason.
That's a bit odd.
Didn't end up catching up. He would have got the warning for 10 car lengths. Well, we're going to have 2 laps of DRS, as I believe Mertz actually has wing damage on his car.
Does he?
I believe
Have a
he
check.
does.
Yes, he does.
He does have damage, and Battlecast actually just passed him.
Battlecat? Yeah, okay.
Yo, hello Reese, how are you doing?
Is it Reese Fisher?
Reese Fisher is in the chat as Battlecat gives his position back to Mertz. He might just overtake because he went AI.
Yeah. But he does have wing damage.
We will turn off the tyres. Only thing you need to know is... That's not the right one. Only thing you need to know is the leader Rumsey is on 14 lap old hards. Everyone else on softs or the medium tyre. All same age. So we'll see how this unfolds. This is going to be a chaotic restart. Hopefully it's not what happened in DRS on Thursday where the leader got taken out on the restart.
Yo, that's a bit... That's
Through the
scary.
final corner, he's pulled the trigger. About 3/10 gap. Let's see if Leatherpea's instantly going for it. He's going to make this move straight away. Brakes a lot later than the Haas. Haas tries to outbrake him, keeps the position. This allows Jacko though to go through. Side by side with Leatherpe and Jacko. As Jacko trying to get around the outside. Doesn't quite get it on the Haas driver. Haas still in P1. 3-second penalty for a car at the back. I don't know. I think it was Grandson Nips.
Grandson Nips did get a penalty there.
As Ghost Rush a 3-second penalty. Sheldon 3-second penalty. So Mertz Battlecat loving this at the moment. They're going to drop a lot of places as Dark and Shadows making a move on Scotty at the moment. Around the outside, the Haas goes on the RB. Can he make the move? Still side by side. Jacko gets the move done. Leatherpe burning all that battery.
Whoa. And Dark and Shadow dives down the... Four wide.
Dark and Shadow. That allows Scotty into P3. So Haas 2-3 has some wing damage. This is
Scotty's
chaos.
just hit his teammate.
As Dark and Shadow
Jacko Rex has gone wide. Rumsey... Oh, your mic cut out for a second there. But Rumsey is now into P2. Whoa.
This is chaos, as Mozzo has...
I have.
Well, I'm not gonna pause and invite. This is chaos and I love this.
Fair enough.
Scotty currently with wing damage is actually going to get past his teammate as Rumsey lets him through. Now, Rumsey has the duty of us let him pee down the inside. Gets a 3-second penalty. Oh my lord. Actually, as I think I got sector 1, I think I can. Where are you?
I think I instantly got one.
There you go. Gave you another
Sure.
one. Grandson Nips,
Yeah.
another 3-second penalty for his name. So top 3, Jacko, Dark and Scotty, all have no penalties. 4th down to 7th, all 3-second penalty. 2-second gap for Jacko at the moment. He's loving this. Scotty with DRS on the RB. Is he going to make the move? If you're Scotty, you don't make this move. But Scotty doesn't care. He's going to make the move down the inside, down the back straight into the braking zone. Both drivers actually have damage on both of their wings. Scotty makes that move. Leatherpe quietly sitting behind the RB. He's going to try and get in the middle of this. As Mertz is out of the session. Don't know what's happening at the back.
Com United has just had a bit of a spin, but everything is kicking off now.
Jacko currently leading by 2 seconds over Scotty, and then 5/10 to Dark and Shadow. Leatherpe trying to go down the inside of the RB. Battlecat 3-second penalty, so he's He was clean, and now he's just picked up a penalty. Gerbot, only one that's clean at the moment in this train at the moment at the back. So he's going to jump up a bunch of spots.
X's left. He's done.
Yeah, so Arx, I believe, who caused that crash with Mertz, or it might have been just a lot of chaos at the back with the Rumsey, the Haas, with those old hards. That would have killed Merckx in the roller coaster section. I still don't know what corner this is. As 1.6 to Scotty.
Lots of hairpins.
Scotty 6/10 the gap to Darken. Does he have the battery? Both drivers currently using all that battery they got. Doesn't look like Darken's gonna have the battery. Letter P down the inside of Darken Shadow. He's actually gonna hit the back of Scotty into that corner as Darken trying to go down the inside of Scotty. Bit more wing as Letter P down the inside. As Scotty's forced off, Darken Shadow.
Whoa, okay.
As this is a bit of chaos. As Darken's in the wall. Letter P's joined him. He's got no wing. Scotty is still P3. Yuki's made up in the P2 somehow.
Somehow, someway, Elmer Jacko comes across the line
Jacko
to
will
finish
win.
E1.
Jacko wins. Yuki's second, but demoted to third place. Scotty finishes second. Yuki third. Actually,
I'm excited.
It's a Haas 2-3 at the moment. As
P5 for Jerabot.
Jerabot P5, Zulu, Sheldon, Battlecat, Tetris, Ghost Rider, and then I believe it was E-Ray Boy got 10th somehow.
I'm gonna invite everyone in, but oh whoa, that's a bit of a chaotic one.
Now, from my understanding, if that is reported, that is a whole racing incident, as they were free wide. Scotty had no idea he was free wide.
Scotty was on the inside.
Scotty was on the outside.
Oh, was he?
Before the corner and got pushed off.
Oh no.
So from my understanding, as a neutral perspective, that is a racing incident.
Oh, I don't believe they will allow you to do tier 2 stewarding.
They will allow, because I've been doing it all season.
Even while commentating?
Yes, sir. And I can see the instance firsthand in the race.
Okay.
Well, there is your results. Jacko will take P1 next to Scotty and Rumsey. For second and third, so Haas gaining a lot of points in the constructors fight. Yuki Bear finishes fourth to Gerbo, who kept it clean all race in that midfield pack. Jumps up to P5. So well done to the Mercedes driver. Then it's Little Sheldon. 2 months break for Little Sheldon. He comes back, gets a P6 to his name. Then it's Battlecat, Tetris, Ghost Rider, and eBay Boy, who was behind for most of the race. Actually comes back and gets 10th. As Com United actually believe is the winner of most penalties this race. 15 seconds to his name. As we will wait for the drivers to join the comms box. But what a race! What we'll do while we're doing interviews, we'll switch to the standing screen that I have grabbed. Now, I think it was only Grant some nips that finished. I don't know if he finished in top 10, but Haas, second and third, gained a lot of points, so they might overtake Ferrari in the constructors. That is the wrong standings, actually. Give me a second.
Oh, I think I have them.
Yeah, can you send me that? I've grabbed
I will.
Standings. I have made a oopsie.
Oh, good.
You know what I can do? I'll do this instead. Give me a second. Where's my folder? We saved that as constructors. Yes.
Send it to you anyway.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna... 2 seconds. Because I'm gonna have to do this. Tier 2 drivers. If it'll open, please. Edit. Okay, I thought I was a smart cookie and got the right standings. I was not smart and got the wrong standings.
Do you have the right ones now?
I do have the right ones, but I'm gonna have to change it in my thing quickly, as we do have all the drivers here. But just give me 2 seconds, as I have made a blunder of a mistake.
1, 2.
Oh, yeah, that is correct now. I have fixed
Is
my error.
correct?
Yeah, I have fixed my error.
Yay!
What is Haas at the moment? So Haas 5 points behind the Racing Bulls. They're gonna gain massively on that. They might gain on the. Actually, Haas might overtake in and be in the lead of the Tier 2 constructors after this race. But nonetheless, we will start with interviews. I believe it is. Do we have
Romsey P3.
Romsey is here. If you want to start with that.
Okay. Hello, Romsey.
How you going, boys?
It looked like a fun race right at the end there. How did you feel in those final few laps after the safety car?
I was a little bit nervous when I saw literally everyone around me box, so my idea was just to try and keep everyone behind me as much as I can for the first lap, and then just try and keep up with DRS, and didn't work too bad. It might have caused a bit of chaos, but I was just trying to defend as hard as possible for my position, because if I didn't defend in that first lap, I probably would have come P10 or something like that. So, and then I think I just gave Jacko a bit of a free win up there as well by holding everyone up a little bit.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, Jacko had a massive win. But you helped him out. You also helped Scotty out by causing all that chaos, if you did.
Oh, it wasn't like any dirty driving. I was just like on the defensive line the whole time and all that, just trying to hold everyone up, because I knew if they got past me on those tires, I was not going to be able to keep up. So
You weren't like Chickix from Cars. You didn't just take people out.
no, I wasn't. I didn't touch anyone the whole time, so I was a bit lucky. I was surprised as well
mental
on the
game.
hot tires.
The mental game got to them.
Yeah, well, everyone was probably a bit desperate to get past and knew if Jacko got past me as well, they need to get past me quick, or else I'm going to hold everyone up, and that's pretty much exactly what happened. So
Yeah, Letter P tried to go past you, and then you got passed by Jacko because you held him up.
yeah, yeah.
All worked out for you
Oh,
guys in the end because you got Haas 2-3.
yeah, can't complain with that at all. I think I've qualied like P10. I had a pretty bad quali, but other than that, I think I got pretty lucky in that race, to be honest.
And just about next weekend, we are at the Enduro for Mexico City.
I'm not 100% sure if I'll be able to race that, because my brother's getting married that day, so I'll probably have
Never
to miss that
mind,
one,
just
unfortunately.
skip it.
Yeah,
Well,
unfortunately.
congratulations to your brother.
Thank you. I'll pass it on.
Anyway, well done on the P3, Rumsey. I had a bit of doubts when you didn't pit, but you took those doubts and shoved them in my face. So that.
I appreciate it, boys. Good comms as well.
Congratulations on
Cheers.
P3, and hopefully we see you race again.
Cheers, boys. Catch you later.
Yep, catch you later.
So we'll jump to Scotty, P2 finisher. Surprising finish after you're seeing P4, P5 for most of the race and not being in the DRS contention of the top three.
Yeah, no, it was a good race. Looking at those last couple of laps, I sort of wish I hadn't actually that safety car hadn't been brought out, because would have been better, because I might have been able to nick the third off of Darkin's bloody 10-second speeding penalty. But yeah, it was a bit of a shit show, unfortunately. Those last couple of laps, obviously. My teammate obviously staying in on those hards bottlenecked us a little bit, but we got past, and then yeah, just sort of not lap off the back straight. Obviously, RB was sort of right there, so I tried to move in, and then I don't know whether it was P or whatnot happened, bumped him into me, and I think I was around the outside before that double left-hander, but I actually got connected, so I was probably going to back out, but I was like, I think sideways through the left-hander. I think I got pushed from behind, which sort of pretty much made me go across the track. So definitely messy, not how I wanted to sort of end that one up. Yeah, we'll see what the incidents are going to happen. I've obviously got my footage ready to go, so big sort of melee, a few pens might get handed out towards it. But other than that, I was actually very happy with how the race was going, good pace, and just trying to hang on to that top three just a little bit too quickly before that safety car. But I had the couple of guys behind managed, so yeah, it was looking on for at least, if not that P3, staying with Shadows 10 second, definitely would have been a great P4, which I would have been very happy about. So, yeah, obviously some talking points come out of this one, but as I said, I'm happy with P2 at the moment, but I won't celebrate it until we sort of know maybe who gets pinned in that incident. But yeah, a little bit messy, but as I said, great points for Haas as well. Obviously, Battlecat having a bit of a messy one, along with Tetris. I think they did. They think they still both finished, but a couple of points scored on Ferrari and myself and the drivers as well. But yeah, I'll take P2 at the moment, and we'll see what happens with all the incidents.
Well, you work. It was a clean race all the way. We did see the incident between, I believe, the two cars that caused safety cars, so that might be reported, and it might be interesting to look at it later on. But after that safety car, it was a bit of a mess. Thanks to your teammate holding everyone up. Actually, I think that was best case scenario for Haas to let your teammates stay out.
Yeah, it probably was, because I think, like, you saw the pace Dark had before the safety car, and I think he already got past Sheldon off the restarts at turn one as well. So he was already he was always going to be like that, but he was always going to probably challenge me and probably get past me as well. So yeah, we'll wait and see. Yeah, it's tough to tell sort of what would have happened if you didn't have that final lap. But yeah, as I said, I think we all thought I think it was the wrong call to stay out, but in the end, it actually worked out because of all the shenanigans that did actually happen in that race. So I said, great job from himself, finishing P3 at the moment, and yeah, a few other guys. So, but yeah, as I said, we'll wait and see what the incidents look like, and but yeah, I'll take the podium at the moment.
Well, we'll just next week, 100% race at Mexico City.
Yuck.
You're gonna have fun because your hands are gonna hurt after that one because of the controller.
Yeah, yuck. I'm not a fan of Mexico as it is. I've just never gotten the whole hang of the track in the last few game cycles, so it's got to be a bit of a tough one. I sort of need like sort of what happened tonight towards the end to sort of have any, but I'll try and do a few laps throughout the week, and obviously a long one, bit of endurance. Maybe the real life weather wants to throw a bit of rain in it. I won't say no to that, and yeah, we'll wait and see. Definitely not one of my better ones, but we'll wait and see, and hopefully we can score maybe a few more points on Battlecat. Maybe make this a little bit closer than what it is at the moment.
Well, congratulations on P2 finish. Will push you very close to that title fight with Battlecat, and that actually gives you a lot of points for the Tier 2 constructor standings as well. So congratulations on the P2, P3 finish for Haas as well.
Yeah, so easy. Cheers, guys. Thanks for comms.
Oh, good, mate.
We'll jump over
Congrats
to
on P2.
We'll jump over to Jacko, the winner of the COTA race. And as a Red Bull driver, I am quite happy with how Jacko's finished this race in style.
Yeah, thanks.
2-second gap at the end of the race over Dark and Shadow. Didn't get into any instance, hopefully, unless you did.
Not that I'm aware of.
Anyway, very nice, clean race from you, Jacko. Being in that top 3 battle for most of the race, and then that safety car restart. I believe you got letter P off the turn 1 straight away because of Romsey.
Yeah, that's right. Well, firstly, as much as I love having Scotty and Romsey here, two great rivals of mine, it feels bad to have lost letter P because he was up there that whole race and didn't have the penalty like Shadows did. Those two guys I was only hanging on to because of the DRS. Like, they were much quicker. So I actually, at one stage, purposefully got a warning so I could stay within DRS, like the tactical cut. And I think I had 2 by the end, or by halfway even. So I was on the edge. And I had to make that move, I think, when I was presented with the opportunity at the exit of turn 1 on that restart, because whoever got past Bromsey first was likely to be able to get away. And when I did get slightly in front, I tried to give Bromsey the slipstream so he would have a slightly higher chance of staying in front. And I think that may have helped. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, it was more of a race of tactics for me than pace, because I just didn't have it. According to qualifying, I was maybe 4/10ths back, and even from the evidence of yesterday's race, Scotty and Battlecat, who I on this occasion out qualified, I knew they had more pace than me. So there's a lot of fast drivers here, and I'm very lucky to be in this position.
Well, you had the perfect race, eBay boy. I would have been loving that safety car as that allowed him to get P10, so Red Bull actually gaining a few points over Mercedes and Alpine in the overall or the tier 2 standings. This will boost you up since you won, I believe. Scotty, how many points is it for a win again?
24.
This will boost you, I believe, up to P11 with Grandson Nips. Unfortunately, Dark End Shadows did have that 10-second penalty. Fortunately, that gave Jacko the win, so congratulations on that. How do you feel for Mexico next week since it's a 100% race?
Similar story to Scotty. I'm also on controller. I'm also struggling at Mexico recently, so I'll have to put some work in. But hopefully something similar happens, just as Scotty said today, and maybe we can work with a top 5, hopefully.
Well, you're gonna just hope for next week that it does have rain. 100% races with rain are always fun to race. But anyway, congratulations, Scotty, on P1 for the race. Amazing drive. Congratulations to Scotty and Rumsey for their P2, P3. And I believe we can start wrapping up. Thank you to all the drivers for making this happen. We wouldn't be here if they didn't sign up. But mainly, Inters Racing League, it's all thanks to them that we're able to do this. Thank you to them. Anyway, tomorrow we also have COTA for the Tier 1 guys. And it might be a bit more chaotic than what Tier 2 was today, in my opinion. But anyway, we'll see how we go. Hopefully you're all able to join us tomorrow for Tier 1. Same start time as Tier 2 was today. And that's me and Mozza. That was your comms. Mostly likely going to be comms for the rest of the season. And we'll see you next week for Tier 2.
See ya.